Shouldn't love you in the first place, no, no. I've been foolish to let a love like yours slip away. So wonderful, so beautiful. He will never know, no, no, no. What did he say to make you feel this way? No way, no how. He didn't love you in the first place, no, no. You must have been foolish to let a love like yours slip away. So wonderful, so beautiful. He will never know, no, no. What will it take to make you leave? 'Cause he's not really what you need. So go on and tell him that you wanna be with me. Going in and out of love now. I don't know what to do. I'm so in love with you, girl, don't you know? You take your hand, let me take you far away from me. Say you can love him, so try my love. Say you want a real man without no one. He broke your heart, so say goodbye. Boy, you need to be with me, 'cause I'm all you ever need. 'Cause he's not really what you need, what you really need. And that you wanna be with me. Going in and out of love. We've had about it now. So now I don't know what to do. 'Cause I'm so in love with you, boy, don't you know? Someone that cares and understands. You don't need nothing, you don't need better, 'cause I'm everything you ever need. Put you down, be around. He broke your heart. Say goodbye. What would it take to make you leave? 'Cause he's not really what you need. So go on and tell him that you won't be with me. Going in and out of love, you love. Now, 'cause now I don't know what to do. 'Cause I'm so in love with you, boy, don't you know? Yeah, with you. 'Cause he's not really what you need. So go on and tell him that you wanna be with me. Going in and out of love. Boy, you thought about it now. So now I don't know what to do. 'Cause I'm so in love with you, boy, don't you know? Take to make you leave. He's not really what you need. So go on and tell him that you wanna be with me. Going in and out of love. Well, you da 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 da. Now I don't know what to do. 'Cause boy, I'm so in love with you now, don't you? Hey. Well, how's everybody doing? Tonight. Yes. How are we doing on this wonderful Friday? Cool, breezy, tranquility night. Well, I usually start it off with a prayer, but I'm not even going to do it. I will say, Great Spirit, lead me to say what I have to say, what you need to deliver to your people. I'm on. Now, I said I was going to talk to the people about my transitioning and why I'm choosing to leave Christianity. So obviously, if I'm going to go on record and announce it, broadcast it, I have my reasons why. For one, like I said before, I have kind of blown up. I'm a little popular. And yes, I have my platform. It may not, I actually got access to buildings. I got access to centers, not centers. I have access to get around if I get the chance to get around. And I have my own website. But right now, we're not going to talk about that. So moving right along, because I do have a platform and a lot of people have been worried, concerned, kind of hit me up, calling, emailing, wanting to know what happened because they're kind of expecting to see, they want to know why I have not posted faith-based, Christian-based form, stuff that used to calm them down, used to bring peace and a lot of light. And that was how I made my page. In my opinion, I made it at first when I was in that type of position. I made it look like, let's just say, church or the God they serve. I didn't believe in talking so much about me and advertising so much about me. I advertised what was therapeutic for people that were going through. And I still have those fans. And it is kind of emotionally heartbreaking that I'm moving away from that. And that's why I chose to make a video to collectively let everyone in that I know. And now that I'm saying that, to add to that, ever since the photo in my bathing suit did go viral on Facebook, I don't know how that happened. Maybe one of y'all can explain it to me. I don't know. But it reached over dang near 5,000 people within a matter of days. Not weeks, days. And my fan base has grew now that they know that I'm into, what they knew about my housing world, from my Black economic development world, other talents and other skills, and even my church world. I'm just a girl that gets around. Not like that, but the other way. What I mean by get around, I mean get around in different communities, being a part of wherever my purpose was. So that is my reason. Yes, I know I don't owe anybody any answers. And yes, I know some people are thinking, well, she must want some kind of attention, because why does she got to put it out there? Why don't you just, because you know what? I got fans, people who love me in numbers that I cannot talk to on a one-on-one basis. If I went in my inbox now, I probably got about 80 messages. People I just don't have time to talk to. I talk to people that I know I have to get to, like my teacher, like maybe some relatives, or maybe emergencies, but I don't have time. If I answered all of them, I would really literally be insane. And I'm not boasting on that. I'm just being honest. I mean, I want to thank you all for your support and friending me, but I cannot stretch myself like that. some of y'all are coming in my inbox talking about love and you don't know me. All I did was push, okay, accept. And it's like, ooh, I don't know if y'all been watching me for a while, what it is, but love and marriage? No, I just met you and I'm going through things right now. Get to know people. And I really am going to get around to maybe talking to some of y'all on a building basis. But as far as love, relationship, I'm putting that on hold for a while. And yes, I know I'm just saying that, putting that out there to let y'all know why. Again, I had to make the video because there's so many lanes that it's just hard to even explain myself. Now, this is going to have to be a part 1, part 2, and part 3. Let me first say, I told y'all I was not coming to break down anybody personally because nobody hurt me. You may think I'm going through some type of faith-based hurt or whatever. No. I've been feeling the way I actually feel for probably going on dang near over 2 years. Some of them that may know where I do worship, I know you had to notice that my attendance is not, yes, I've been busy working, but I've also took the time out to just come back to Toya. Because after you've been intoxicated, I don't know how some of y'all do it personally, but to each his own. I know me, and I don't judge anybody, but okay, so I guess you guys want me to get to the point. Why am I out? Okay, so let me just say I don't know where to really begin. My childhood started maybe from 3 years old. My mother was already rooted and grounded in this life. In Spokane, Washington, migrated that side of the family. I told you before, originally from Louisiana. Grandma and grandpa. I don't know if my grandpa's real roots, I'm talking about on my mother's side now, was from, I don't know if he was, I don't know, but I'm just going to say that my great-great-grandmother was a prayer warrior. And I do thank the Great Spirit for her prayers, if those were the ones that truly covered me all of this time. And if that was the true God that I talked to all of this time, I thank him for that. And let me make something else clear. I do believe in God. Let's clear that. Now, whether if God is a bear, if he is Allah, if he is Kemet, whoever, I don't believe now that his name was Jesus. And I'm not going to go into that. So if you want to hate me, you might as well start now and not watch anymore, especially you Christ followers. I'm sorry. Sometimes I happen to research, and I don't even need to bring no Bible, because I think it's irrelevant when, if you are a Christian, especially my age, and you grew up like I did, you already know how to cite the scripture. So for everything you say, it's like you're going to bring a scripture as your only defense, as if there's not an opposition to that same scripture that you bring, that cannot be a rebuttal to that same scripture that you bring in all 60 books. Because we know that he talks about love, peace, war, order, murder, life, all of that. And it just seems like sometimes we'll take that and whatever we use it for, whether it's for gain, whether it's to win a debate, whether it's to scare or whatever. I know for me, I already told you before, how far do you go up drowning before you choke yourself to death, before you can no longer breathe in anymore? And that's not why I'm out, because there are good things that I believe that are useful and helpful when you are under a very transparent leader. And I believe that's what I had. I'm not the type, I know folks thought because I decided to get out that I was going to say a bunch of bad things when I just said a bunch of good things almost through all my videos, when I told y'all to leave the church alone. When I told y'all, when I defended the house of God, when I defended Christ's followers, when I defended that way of life. I was ride or die. Now, I might not have been the best, perfect, holier than thou, unflawed, no sin, never sinned, perfect saint. No, that was not me. And you know what? I decided I was no longer going to pretend and be an actress. Because even though it did work for me, I can't deny that. But I believe that it was the work of man through some of his spirit being put in man. I'm talking about the spirit now. I'm not talking about this creature that everybody's waiting for to break the heavens and come down and save us all. But there's no way I can blaspheme the spirit, because I have to do that in another video, because I can say I did have a experience that had nothing to do with tradition. It had nothing to do with any pastor, any four walls of a church or building. When I had a real supernatural encounter back in, I would say around maybe 2003 or 4. I don't remember, but I was living in Des Moines, and I truly believe, like I said, whether that was an Egyptian spirit, and I was calling on the name Jesus. But it just seemed like it was just weird. A lot of things was weird. But fast forward to today, up to 2 years ago, I did research, and people used to try to point it out to me. And I just refused to hear it. I was like them. I was very fearing of my soul dying, going and burning up in hell, if I wanted to just seek for myself outside of the scriptures and just challenge. I'm not talking about going into other doctrines, which I did. I didn't. I still haven't even read books like the Book of Jubilee and all them other books. But I did enough research. Trust me, to where I have researched it years and years and years ago, but I still doubted. I was like, But it was almost like they were telling you themselves that, we're not even believers of what we're teaching you. And so I studied on the Talmud Jews, and I studied far into that. And I studied about the Zoroaster. I'd studied that years ago, and it actually used to scare me, I studied on Russia, and I studied on just a lot of secrets, and I went so far deep where I even had to ask some deity out there, just bring me back to reality, because it's true. When you go seeking in far places, you might find out something. But you know, that same God has a way of telling. Now, I'm not saying that same God, but okay, let me just say the one creator. I believe he has a way of pulling up some people in certain directions that he might not pull others. I got a lot of experiences. Now, they always quick to say, you got to be this example and people are watching you. Well, did they ever forget that you were still watching from the time you even accepted Christ as your Savior? You were watching everybody around, everyone that raised you up that way. And you got to say to yourself sometime like, okay, now I'm on assignment. I'm watching. I'm seeing, like they say, we all fall, but we get up. Well, how many times is it going to take people to push and pull and pull and push? And then every time you turn around, you got this big finger in your face. Like, you know, I don't understand it anymore. I just don't get it. It was almost like, dang if you do, dang if you don't. Again, this is not about people. But when you think about it, the Bible says, forsake not the assembly. So the assembly is people, those. And I also know you got to keep your eyes off of people and go there and focus on yourself. But tell me, how can you do that if that's like saying, okay, you go into a classroom. You know you got, or a job, you got to check in, you got to punch in, but you still got to go work next to Sally, Sue, Amy, John, Robert, and Scott. And if all of them or a few of them are throwing beanballs at you while you just trying to do your job, and you in a factory, you know, assembly, just doing your job, but somebody is just throwing you off, and you mean to tell me the supervisor may come and be like, well, you just got to stay on your thingy if you want to receive your check. Bullying is allowed, take it. And I'm not saying that's what goes on, but I'm just saying in that life, and mind you, I'm not talking about no certain facility or no certain building, church, or whatever. I'm talking about the entire body, because in my opinion, it's messed up. And I'm not the only. The cold part about it, everyone that sees this video tonight, including from the top all the way down to the bottom, know I'm telling the truth. See, I don't have to air out anything, because their God, if they truly believe in that God, if they truly believe in that devil, which honestly, I don't believe in that devil. I believe in the people. I believe that people do what people want to do, premeditated or not. We are just human beings, and we all know right from wrong. And we choose whether, we may not want to talk about it or broadcast it, but we still choose what we want to do. So it's not like what I'm saying tonight is anything new or surprising. So nobody should be like, oh, they're going to be on the phone probably gossiping all night instead of being on their knees praying, instead of fasting. Now, some maybe 2 out of 100 people alone. And I don't know who them 2 is, but it may be 2 that stay off Facebook that really are on their knees, interceding or whatever you want to call it. But I don't believe that. And the reason why I don't believe it's the same the way that it used to be, because back then when Billy Graham and all of them were out, that was a time when people did fear this God. Maybe more people were prayers sending up that smoke. And I know it was closer to a time coming out of what, 70s, 60s, all those times when people, it was coming from just away from that sex era of the 60s, where people were in the church and they were one. They were just crazy about this Jesus. And yes, we all seen that movie, the three of them, The Image of the Beast. And that, I think that's you know what? I think, honestly, The Image of the Beast, what was it? The Thief in the Night, The Image of the Beast, and the what is it? The Thief in the Night. No, A Distant Stranger. That's it. No, A Distant Thunder. A Distant Thunder, A Thief in the Night, and The Image of the Beast. Them three movies, I'm willing to bet, besides people that have really gotten into real accidents and really gotten so sick to they are almost death, that actually came back alive again, where there was mercy on their lives, because I mean, we all had them testimonies. However, I guarantee you it's them movies that got most Christians to this day so scared that they ain't bold enough to even be themselves, who they really are. They will sit here and act it out and tell you to pretend to act this out. Yeah, we get the holy dap. Like I said, it's not like it used to be, because that stuff used to stick on you, stay on you. And yes, people stayed like that 24/7. But they like today it's just different. And they want to say they mamas, they daddies, everybody, my mama, your dad. You say they go home and they're the same way. That's probably true. I watched my mom go home the same way. Same way. But if you want to sit here, we want to sit here and fake and pretend like there's no flaws in our family, like none of our family members ever have done wrong, we're lying. And until we get to the truth of that, I'm not talking about just in a family, a whole lot. Ain't nothing ever going to grow out of that. And it ain't, I could take it a little bit deeper. Starting to forget what I was really going to say. Because, you know, right now, a lot of people feel that, and this ain't to get on any PKs. I love you PKs. I got them in my family. I got them, you know, if they want to say that God, brothers and sisters, I have a whole lot in my own family. But let me tell you, I just got to get y'all straight just for a minute. And if you want to make a subliminal comeback, or if you would like to talk to me up front, let's talk. I will listen. But I respect a mature conversation one-on-one, where when you talk, I listen. I listen, you listen when I talk. No interruption. Because if we are talking about being real, I believe that it's important to hear both sides. And for some reason, I don't know what convinced y'all to make y'all feel that you are the only ones that were separated from your family, because I understand the work that was done and the call that was done on some of your parents' lives, and they give their whole lives to a ministry. All I want to say is our parents did too. They may not have prayed as much and had the minister and do as much work. We know that. But they were in there from the beginning. They were their loyalty, and they stripped some of us of our time as well. There was times when I will never forget, and my sister cannot deny this, we believed our mother was nicer to the church than she was her own kids. Now, I'm taking it back to the 80s, okay, when we were young. And all we did was see our parents, especially single moms at that time, going to work. It was work and it was church. They would come home and cook, but it was work, it was church, and they would ride or die and still die about that life. So I just wanted to put it out there, since I don't know if people know that or not, or no one has brought that to anyone's attention, but that was their life too. And it still is. Because just look around at who's still around. And I'm not talking about one particular, I'm talking about the whole body. Whether you Methodist, Baptist, they still got old women, almost in their 90s, like the mothers. Not of our church. I'm talking about the mothers in the international and all that. Loyal. And another thing I need to ask. I just got questions. So, international. We follow all of these laws and these rules. We're told how to dress as grown women and men. How to dress. I understand all that. I said I wouldn't talk about anything or anyone, but this all has to play a role, because if you're not following a religion, what are we following? You cannot have a way of life not connected to some form of a religion. And the form of the religion is what's destroying the minds of the people, in my opinion. Now, it is what it is. I'm not encouraging anyone to leave. In fact, I encourage you to stay as long as it works for you. But when it begins, anything, no matter what it is, doesn't work anymore for everyone, it just doesn't work anymore. And there's no sense in beating them up beside the head, because when you continue to beat someone up beside the head for so long, eventually they're going to want to, I wouldn't say swing back, because they respect it so much, but they're going to get out of the doors. That way they're really free to be themselves and not put on some kind of act and get tired of it. Now, you mark my word. Let's see how long it goes. I need to make another video, because right now I'm just talking about flesh and spirit. That's a whole nother ball game as to the originality why I'm out. I'm out because I just can't take this life anymore. I'm out because it's not only because I'm going to do what I want to do, it's because I refuse to be controlled by a system that I feel it doesn't even work for the people who have planted it, who have originally planted it, stolen it, and then put it on slaves to act like slaves until the day they die. Put the same fear of slavery from that plantation is the same kind of fear as that lifestyle. You're scared. Can't do nothing but go home and get on your knees as if you can't just meditate some other kind of way. Now, people been telling me I'm going to get struck down. All my life I've been hearing that. Oh, that warning. And that girl has lost her mind. And you watch when that warning comes out, all of that. Why would we even want to do that to one another? I mean, think about it. Do we got people in our own families, our own kids, that don't got issues and mistakes that the same folks that we're scaring? I'm not saying that we don't say nothing to our own, but have y'all noticed they do have Christians like that? They won't say one word to their child, and their child could be out there living it up and in the church saved, doing all kinds of stuff. And it's nothing big. And I'm not talking again about no one specific. I'm just talking about just in general. That's what goes on. Even I used to believe it. You better not ever say something about my family. My grandma from on up. No, at least I felt they never sinned. I felt they never sinned until I heard stories later. And I'm going somewhere. I've heard stories later. Yes, I have, about all of them on down the line. I won't even name any names. But it wasn't what I thought, okay, that I was protecting. And it's between God and all of them. Wherever they are, wherever they went. I can say I believe that they're there. I believe that they are there. But I don't know, because I don't make these decisions. If I'm saying that there is this Jesus that's killing everybody down here that don't obey. I mean, let's just be real. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I've outgrown that way of life. Some people got to hold on to it, depend on it. Hey, if it helps pay your bills, whatever it do you. Okay? But I'm never going to let no one, I don't care who you are, whether you're the Pope, you're not going to take my right of freedom, citizenship away. And before that happens, I will leave anywhere. And I've said that before. And I will stay out. Just to respect that. Just don't take it out on my family who still want to remain loyal. Don't take it out on them because of my choices. My choices is my choices and my decide. Guess what? I ain't never felt so good before in my life. And I know what y'all thinking. I may need you again. I don't know. Because when I try to hold on, I tried. I'm not going to lie. No, I have not been saved, quote unquote, their version of saved for probably going on 2 years. I don't even know the last time I really was on that's not true, because I feel like I talk to a spirit every single day. I cry in my car, wherever I'm at while I'm cooking. I don't know if it's the same one. I don't know. But so far, I just don't feel like I'm codependent on others anymore. Because since I'm 43, I've been in since I've been 3 years old. I don't feel like I have to stay in that if it comes with so much sacrifice. And I'm just going to keep it 100. Do I have to If I am going to have to not be able to dress the way that I want to dress or live how I want to live, just to hear a couple of hours of a good message that I may need, I just don't think that the bargain between that is fair with me or nobody else. That's just how I feel. If I am going to have to give up all of that, at least let there be more to expect out of that, because it's just not all. I'll leave that alone. Anyway, this is the first video. I think I'm going to have to go a little bit deeper with scriptures, maybe more, but I just got to go there. I just don't believe. I don't believe a lot of it no more. And it's not like I never told. I told people, not a lot. And they love me so much to where they really still believe now. They just had that kind of faith in me that I'm really not feeling this way, that it's just temporarily, and it's not the Toya that they know. No, it's the Toya that they know. I've been feeling like this for a long time. And I believe I'm not going into any other lifestyle. I have connected more with my ancestry. I'm going to call it admiration. Just admiration for other practices that have helped me get along even better with myself, get along with other people. I do thank God for the conscious community, a lot of them, and the revolutionaries, because I don't feel that they stirred me out of it. I just believe, hey, they showed me some things. It was a little more convincing, even though I have already did my own research before even meeting them. But they were good helpers. And I thank them for that, because all I used to do was argue with them and be like, no, that's not true. When it was a lot that was true. I don't believe every, I don't believe, in other words, all of the stuff that they come with either. I have the ability to have a mind of my own to think for myself, no matter what it is. I do. And I just like to respectively bow out without somebody feeling they got to beat me over the head with the same scriptures, like I said before, that's going to cause me to vomit and flee, because I don't even believe most of it anymore. I don't. Especially not so many that could be challenged. Now, I do believe the original, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not, do some of these things. But the rest of them, and how come, I want to ask you this. I just want to ask this. And this is no offense to any organization, any business, anything, but I notice when I take a tour, even to other churches, or just around, period, or whenever there's a convention or something like that, I don't understand why they always seem to hide the one part. They never talk about the part of sell everything that you have. and give it to the poor. They'll come and enlighten that in the spirit and be like, God didn't say that. Oh, but them tithes. No, I'm not going to even go there. I just don't understand that part. How come we never talk about charity? Now, some of y'all probably do, because I have seen even people like the Panthers, the Black Panthers, okay? They're working with a church. The ones at least I know in the chapters of Seattle, Tacoma. They work for the church. The church works with them. They work together as a community. And there's backpacks that they give away. You know, they give out, you know, lots of stuff, supplies. They have movie nights where the kids can come be safe, do something to keep them away from, you know. Almost remind me sort of late night or something. I don't understand. I just, maybe people can't afford it no more. We're not right stewardships anymore like we used to be, because I don't understand what's wrong with charity work. It's so untalked about these days. And then we really wonder why. I don't know. I just always thought when you did things in the community, that's what grew ministries. And that's what grew churches. That's what grew people. But now, it's not even really fellowship anymore. It's just like nothing. Like in and out, bye. And that's fine, because people are getting older. I totally understand that. My father is getting old. Yet, he's just like others. He cannot go home and just retire and sit, because working is all he knows. He comes from a family of hard workers. That's in my blood, even though I could never do anything my dad is doing. But I'm saying I admire a man like that, that's been shot twice, stabbed 4 times. And I'm not talking about sliced. I'm talking gut. Yeah. Stabbed. And he's still here. And I admire him as one of my greatest heroes, because not that I don't admire anyone else almost as much. And that's my father. And he's probably about 72 now, Dad? I know you're watching this. 72. And work around these young people like it's nothing, because it's all he knows. Retired, back to work. Retired, back to work. So I understand when a person has a lifestyle, whatever job, whatever they do, they can't just quit it because that's all they know. It'll kill them. I understand that totally. So I respect all. I just want people to know that it's a new change now. It's a new day. And all of you who are in the church are welcome to delete yourself if you can no longer take it. What I post, my rhetoric, my material, all mine. I'm not forcing or cocking guns to y'all's throats to be nosy. Yes, some of y'all I had to go ahead and block, because that was all you were doing. You wouldn't talk to me. And then when you would talk, it's almost like it's in secret. So I'm like, well, what's the point in talking to me in secret if you can't say what you have to say publicly out loud? But you can say publicly out loud how you show love for other people. I don't know what to call that. But I don't call that being real. And I don't flow like that. So if you want my post, never like it, nothing. I'm talking about y'all in the church. Y'all Christ followers who sent for me. Now, if I sent for you And you have never I'm not talking about you. Some of y'all, I like to keep up with whatever you're doing. You're seeing how you doing. And stay connected like that, you know. But some of y'all, you joined me really just to monitor me and watch me like a hawk. And go back and report me. And I let you know right in your face. I shown you the real me. And I even told some of y'all, I'm going to resign from this position because I will embarrass you. I don't represent any humans. I represent one person if I'm going to live that life. And I can't, I'm not responsible for what I'm going to do tomorrow or the next day or even the day. You don't know if you're going to die in 5 minutes. So if you're telling someone that they got to live a certain standard, that you just can't promise yourself what you're going to do when it happens. If that's the case, then why are so many people not living in that light and showing the opposite examples? I mean, I'm just going to break it down. If you are mean, messy, gossipy, bullyish, and I mean the list can go down. Yes, we know you imperfect. So what can you really teach me if you don't have it together in them simple areas? Basic. You're still on the milk like me. And I could probably be a better teacher, mature teacher, if I could say I was claiming that life. But some of y'all just put on the act and just continue to present. I could not live like that. I'm sorry. I tried it. It didn't work. Because I was like, you know what? I'm going to play my music. I'm going to talk how I want to talk. And I'm going to be who I am. I don't know how to pretend, put on some long dress, act like the wickedest witch ever towards people. And this ain't no specific person. I'm just saying in general how people are. And y'all who agree with me know you be the biggest freaks. And then be talking about folks that be practicing abstinence. Thirsty. But you want to talk about other folks as if they are just wild. That's backwards to me. And that's what goes on. It went on in the Bible. And it's going on today. I'm talking the biggest, nastiest freaks. You ain't got to go out in the street and get burnt, honey. You be right up in them facilities, thinking you with the cleanest, righteous. And we all know, just filthy rags, bumps. God said he, is coming back for a church without spot or wrinkle? When? When is that going to happen? So we have a big old fast. Everybody's high in the spirit. We got, maybe 4 minutes on the altar. Get back to the seat. Go home. Come back. Repeat the same thing. And God gonna catch us without a wrinkle or a spot. I doubt that'll ever happen. I doubt that. Because it's too much. I mean, we can start from the top. Where are we going to start? I mean, we got bills. I got bills at home. So we know it takes bills to even in the politics. I can't even, it's almost an hour done passed now. I ain't even got into the politics part that I truly don't understand. What is that worth? Politics, and people can't even come on the altar from the streets, homeless, and even get saved and know about who this God is. What are we even up there for? How long are we going to put on this? Y'all might as well just sell the places and make them or turn them into nightclubs. You make more money because you're doing pretty much the same thing. Only difference is we look like clowns running around there and doing the buck dances and the chicken wops. I was doing it too. One of the best ones up in there. I'm not going to say we all are acting, but I'm just saying, what does it do besides 2 hours? We can do that at home. Just run by exercising, getting some of that energy off and feeling better for the rest of the month. Because the effects of that is just not working anymore. And I know I'm not the only one that agrees. Now, I'm not telling you not to pray or not to sing songs, not to follow who you want to follow. Just don't force that on people that want to sit, help you out, come your word. And by the way, no, I was not trying to get back in a position that y'all might have thought when you last saw me helping out. I was helping out because no one else was. And they were looking in my direction. Where's this? Where's that? Go help her. Go do this. That's why you saw me doing what I was doing. And I sat down because I respect order. When someone is in front of you, you're not going to walk around back to where your seat is. I just sat there until it was the right time to go back to my destination. I just wanted to clear that up, since word around was, oh, Toya wants that position. She wants it back. No, 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 no. One thing about me, when I'm out, I'm out. I don't believe in coming back and playing and doing that, because even if I were to even temporarily, guess what? Same thing gonna happen again, maybe worse. And instead of ruining that friendship, it would be better to just leave altogether. That's how you solve problems faster. See, I don't dibble and dabble and play like that. I don't care if it's even in somebody's facility. I respect their stuff, their laws, rules, whatever, and I just get out. Just don't come later. Like, even in a relationship, if you feel you might have been violated, or that person feels they violated you, okay, well, it comes to a chance when you got to make up your mind. Are you going to stay in that relationship, or are you going to leave? Are you guys going to be back and forth where we kiss and make up and play with each other like in a marriage relationship, just make it work? How are we going to do it? Because sooner or later, either I'm going to accept you for you, you got to accept me for me. But we don't live like that no more, because one person is used to maybe control. Same in relationships. They got women that want to control men, men that want to completely control women. And we just live in a time where I believe it just is, I don't know, it's an equal thing here, but different. Now, I hope I said some things. I know that people are going to be mad, but it doesn't matter, because, hey, I've always been the rebellious rebel. It's in my blood. I'm Capricorn. You don't know about Capricorns? Check us out, especially the ones next to Saturn and Mars that sit between them. That's me. Right after the new year, boo. I'm the spirit of karma. And I just do me. And I'm going to continue to do me. I'm not scared. I'm just not, I don't fear nothing breathing. Now, the dead, I might fear a little bit, but I still don't fear. Hey, I get along with the dead more than I get along with the living. So, with that being said, y'all know I'm out. You won't see me back. I don't feel welcome in the body. I don't feel welcome anymore anyway. So you don't have to worry about me anymore. You see me out on the street, maybe at a funeral, or, I don't know. But I don't know what else to say. We're living in these type of days where it's nothing new. Didn't your word say that he's coming to kill, steal, and destroy? Well, that was never no joke. I don't know what people thinking that in acting shot, and then they say think it not strange. Well, it's not strange that a person can wake up and want to walk out of that life because they just don't want no parts of choking on that life anymore. It was killing me. I'm just being honest. It was killing me. Maybe y'all can handle it, but it was killing me, and I'm glad to be free. It feels good. So, with that being said, I'm not done. There'll be a part 2. I will talk more on the positive side of this life. I have already talked and defended that way of life. You don't remember? Roll the videos back. And there just comes a time when the truth has to be spoken, even if it's to correct me. I know I got my correction. Maybe we shouldn't dress a certain type of way in a certain type of facility. But you know what? When we're not in that facility, I'm going to go swimming. I'm not going to swim in no long, big old dress, in no 93-degree, hot, stinking weather. And yes, there's women, Muslim women, that wear these wraps and all of these mummy thingies, and you men may be attracted to that. That's beautiful. But I have been near some of them that was smelling the worst punch in the world. I'm not talking about no black Muslim women. Well, I'm not talking about them. But them Ethiopians, I love them. Not even them. But I have been around some women that were wrapped up like that. And some that even were in the church with girdles. The hygiene. They could take 2, 3, 4 showers. You still smell that sweat when you in that type of weather. And I'm sorry, everybody's skin is not the same. So why are we acting like we all can handle it just because this group of people can handle something? They might not come from the same DNA and cultures as everybody else. Simple science would tell you that not everybody can be up under the same heat and sun. Didn't they say that when the Mayan calendar was supposed to come around that year, that certain people that didn't even have enough melanin on them were going to melt off of the earth? Look that up. Look it up if you even doubt me. It's funny, like swimming in a dress. And then we're told, if we want to learn how to dress the proper way, go talk. No, I'm not going to talk to nobody because I got my own style. I'm not going to dress like anybody that's old enough to be a great grandma or grandma. We got young grandmas my age, but I'm not a grandma yet. And I'm not rushing to be one. But I'm not going to dress like my grandmother. Even in her years, she didn't dress like grandmas. She just was decked down. And I'm not saying other women, they're not decked down, but every woman got their style, their own style. And that's what I love about the uniqueness. I don't need to go to nobody and learn how to dress. I don't. In fact, it cringes me for someone to tell me how to be looking sanctified. You only got one life. Boo. Let me say this. Some of y'all women had some bad shapes back in the days. And boom, dress down. But don't get mad because you covered it up all your life. Now you can't go skinny dipping. And you know you would if you could. Maybe not around where people can see you. But in private, if you was at a jacuzzi, a resort, the Bahamas, out in the islands, you can't tell me if you did, if you could put on one or a bikini and you had that shape that you would not wear one with something wrapped around your skirt. You're lying. Each woman is lying. They might not feel comfortable because maybe you not, and this is not to offend nobody, but if you're not, never mind. I'll go there. If you're not built, and I'm not saying I got the best build because I'm still working on my body. I was over 200 pounds, standing at 5'5.5". I carry most of my weight is up here. But it don't take me nothing to knock my gut completely out. And I have nothing really much down here. But if I toned it up, oh yes, I could wear a bikini or something like that. And you know what? I'm pretty confident and not ashamed. And if you a godly man looking at me like I done sinned, something's wrong with that picture. Because even being a man, if you're a married man, you shouldn't worry about a woman who is not married to you or who's not with you dresses. Because you're going to go up the street, around the corner, and you're going to see women all day long, 24/7 dressed like that. Some of them may even walk the street completely naked. Then what are you going to do? I think you should look to the side, look down, look up. Don't look in that direction. But if you're in that position, you should be able to be used to that by now. And it shouldn't scare you. If it don't. I mean, it is what it is. And I do believe in modesty. I mean, we shouldn't bust it all out. But hey, in my position, like I had explained before, and I explained clearly, I could not find a bathing suit that could fit me up here and at the same time down there. It was too huge down here and it was little up here. So I finally found one that was kind of big up here where I was able to balance out, squeeze in, and be like, not too bad. I mean, it might have busted right here, but it wasn't like all up out of here. And I went swimming and I felt good. And you know what? I'm going to buy more and continue to swim and then continue to enjoy every season with my free liberty to do that while I got the chance on earth, the living earth, to do that. I'm not rushing myself I'm just not in a rush to be bored and to live life like I'm just incredibly depressed every day. Because that's something some of y'all want to do. That's not what, I mean, if he said it was about joy, peace, and happiness, why do we make it look like it's death, sorrow, and dry bones everywhere? I understand. And it ain't everybody, but I don't know. I'm done. I will be the most hated woman, and I don't really care. Nobody pays my bills but me. I'm out. I don't owe nobody. You all will see this. It's going live. Holler. It is what it is. Adios.